As you know, McKenzi is 100% deaf, and she also has a cochlear implant. Now, a lot of people ask, are her migraines a result of her having the cochlear implant? That wouldn't make sense except for one thing.
Okay, so McKenzi woke up deaf May 2017. Her first migraine was in June of 2017. Then her cochlear implant surgery was November of 2017. Okay, so day one, her first migraine was, she was with my mom and my aunt. They were swimming in the pool, and she started screaming with her head, or actually her eyes, is how it went back then. Because it would hurt like right around her eye, and it still does, but that's how she would explain it.
She locked her eyes up like this.
Yeah.
And curl my eyes, my eyes.
Yeah, she'd scream, and it was just really bad. Anyways, so they thought that she had maybe got chlorine in her eyes. So they were like rinsing her eyes out, wiping them off and things like that. And then after, I guess, an hour or so, then Mom called me back and said that she was fine. Okay, so then everything was fine, normal, until the next morning. Then we were with her, and she woke up really sick, throwing up, and her head was hurting. Well, she was saying her eyes were hurting. She couldn't open her eyes again. She was just like, we could not get her to stop throwing up, actually. So we took her to, we were in Pensacola at the time, so we took her to the children's ER there in either Pensacola or Pace, I can't remember. Anyways, so we took her there. We had no idea that this was a migraine at this point. So they started running tons of tests on her. They kept her there for like 3 or 4 days, I think, something like that. And they also had to do a spinal tap because they didn't know, they just had no idea.
What was the reason for the spinal tap? That was like,
I think the meningitis.
There was some reason they couldn't do the test any other way. They had to do a spinal tap.
It was that.
Because doesn't the spinal tap cover, like, if there's anything wrong with her, any kind of...
her spinal cord or something.
I don't know. Anyway.
I can't remember, but I know that they had to do that. That was awful.
Scary.
It was very scary. And so we didn't really find anything at all. And then, so it went away. We left the hospital. And then it happened again, I think one more time before her surgery. I'm pretty sure just one more time. And that time we ended up going back to the hospital because at this point we still did not know it was a migraine. We knew that they could not find anything like, super big right there just from, the hospital scans and everything.
Because what we was worried about first is maybe like a tumor.
Yeah.
Something going on internally in her head, with the brain or something, but all that was clear.
Yeah, all of that was ruled out.
There was no life-threatening anything, no tumors or nothing like that, so that was in the clear. So we're thinking, well, this shouldn't be life-threatening, but she still has these excruciating, painful episodes at this point, like 3 months.
And that's why we actually went back to the ER because we had no idea what it was still. And she would get like super dehydrated, and they'd have to, give her a bunch of fluids and medicine to get it under control because when she has her migraines, like most of y'all know, she has them for like 7 days sometimes. The shortest one was actually this last one.
That's like 7 days of completely bedridden.
Yeah, like she can't move.
Can't consume anything.
So that's how it was then. So like on day 4 or 5, something like that, at that point, I don't even think, it might have been like day 2 or 3. I don't think at that point we even waited that long. So we took her to the hospital. They got under control. I don't think that we went to Birmingham at that point.
I'm pretty sure Birmingham was a referral that came a little later.
It was after the cochlear implant, but I know at one point they sent her by ambulance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that was after her cochlear implant, though.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they didn't think to do that before. I think what happened is the hospital had called Pensacola and, asked for her records or whatever. And so that's how, they ended up not sending her anywhere. So we went home, they got her under control again, and then she was sent home. Well, then she had her surgery in November, and then I don't think she had another migraine until like January, February. I'd have to look back at my notes. Like keep a record of all of it just so where we can you know, just. We finally figured out it was migraines, I guess, a few months after her cochlear implant surgery. And they actually, like I said earlier, had to transfer her to Birmingham and make sure that there was nothing wrong, anything that they could find. And then they just diagnosed her with migraines. So the way that her migraines happen used to be at that age, when she was 6, first diagnosed with them. Then it was more like she would just scream with her eyes, throw up, get super sick, we'd have to go to the hospital. Now that she's older, she's almost 11, then she knows now, like, not when they're coming, I don't think, but like now she knows, like, if her eyes are hurting, she knows it's a migraine. She knows she's gonna like have to put on, like, close one of her eyes, put her little eye patch on, things like that. So she's learned how to control it better, but they're still making her extremely sick. So she does take.
The good thing is she's learning that we have a little warning, so we can prepare.
The last 3 times, I think, we've had what we call the warning, because she'll wake up, like this last one, she woke up hurting really bad. She normally just, like, she'll wake up, she'll stand up, and then it's like, I'm thinking that she's feeling dizzy, maybe, the way that she's explained it. She doesn't use the word dizzy, but she just feels kind of like wobbly, like, and can't see really good, and her eyes hurt. And that only lasts for like maybe 30 minutes to an hour, and then it's gone. This last one that she had, that happened the first day. The second day she woke up, she was hurting about the same. It lasted a little bit longer, maybe like 3 hours or so, and then she was fine the rest of the day. The third day she woke up, and it was like one of the worst migraines she's had when she woke up that morning. We thought it was going to be really bad. And then it kind of like got better with the day. Day 4 was pretty bad that morning. After that, she got better. She woke up, and actually, she woke up day 5 and it was gone. So technically it was still almost a week long, like the usual ones, but it wasn't. Her actual migraine part was only like 2 days, I think.
Yep.
So, but back then they would last for
7
days.
Bad, a full terrible 7 days.
Yeah, it was nothing like what they are now.
Yeah.
Because she could not take medicine. Now she's learning, like, we used to just like force her to take the ibuprofen as soon as she woke up, but now we've learned, like, she's going to get sick first thing. Let her go ahead and do that, get calmed down and laid down, and then give her the medicine. So we're like learning different ways to deal with it.
Yeah. And eventually she'll get to where she'll be able to communicate with us like something's off.
Yeah.
I think I'm about to get sick, about to have a migraine. Let me go ahead and, because we'll try to get her pajamas on. Megan will brush her hair out real good. Like after the first little warning signs, you brush her hair, put it in braids.
Yeah.
That way, because she wallows all over her hair, and it's like a bird's nest.
So her migraines now are lasting. No, we already talked about how long it lasts. Okay. So her migraines now are. She used to have them about every 3 to 4 months. Now she's having them every month for the past December, January, March. For the past 5 months. Well, she did skip last month, but.
And they love to happen when something huge is going on, like a major holiday, birthday, something like that. They love to happen on those occasions.
It always like gets us, No, 6 months, because that's right. Because October she missed Halloween.
Yep.
She couldn't go trick or treating.
That's right.
So
we FaceTime trick or treating.
Yeah. So his mom and my mom, fun fact, they're actually best friends. So they like to hang out with the girls a lot together. Anyway, so they come over, watched McKenzi, and then we took Sarah Grace out trick or treating. And then November she had one again. That was the week before his brother and my sister's wedding. So and then she had one in December, right before Christmas, I think. In January, she skipped February. She had one in March. But so we're not sure if they're going to start getting even closer together, or if this is like where they're going to be at. We're not sure. But they did put her on a preventative, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a pill, and it's small, but she still cannot swallow pills. So
if anybody who has a terrible, terrible gag reflex, and you have a has managed somehow learn to take pills, even of the tiniest, please tell us how you do it, because we would love to pass that information to her.
Please.
It is nearly impossible.
And we've tried the M&M trick, teaching her to, helping her learn with those mini M&Ms. She can't do that. And that was one of the really hard things from the beginning, is getting doctors to understand. They would tell us, just force her to take it. Just tell her either you take the medicine or you don't get better. But she really could not take it. It wasn't really her fault. She just couldn't hold it down. She'd throw up. She was so sick. So now, like I said earlier, we've learned to let her lay down for a minute. So whenever she wakes up with her migraine, and it's like full force, I guess you call it, she wakes up, we let her lay down. She'll usually come in here to the couch and lay down for the whole day. So we have to close the blinds and everything so it can be dark. But we don't give her any medicine right away now. We wait until she's settled down. She's gotten sick. And
it also messes up her equilibrium.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because she's deaf, as we mentioned before. I don't know if not having a processor on kind of messes with that.
No.
But it messes up her.
Six.
When she has a migraine, it knocks her balance off.
Yeah, it does. Really.
And then she'll have one eye like this, and she'll tell us, I want to go to the bathroom by myself. I think I can do it. And we'll just kind of guide her along, and she'll just be stumbling. So I don't know if that has anything to do with the migraine. I don't know.
I think it does, because with her cochlear implant, she takes it off during the day and she's fine.
Yeah. But when she was super young, before we knew that she had her hearing loss, she was a late walker. Mm-hmm. But that's a whole nother video too. I mean, we got tons of stories. We have so many different stories.
We're trying to get organized with how to answer all of y'all's questions.
But anyways, back on track. One more thing. The last video we posted on TikTok, we usually make a video when she has a migraine. For one thing, it helps us track it.
What? Yeah? Who? I don't have her phone number. Because I just don't.
But people say she should be in a dark room. She should not wear her processor. She should be covering her eyes. Should be all these different suggestions. What we do is kind of go based off the way she feels about it, right?
Yeah, we don't tell her what to do.
Some migraines are more severe. She's more irritable, more sensitive. So she'll say, I don't want the lights on. We'll turn the lights on. She'll put her little cover on and have a processor on, listen to music or something. If she don't want the processor, take the processor off. Just like this last one, she had the eye patch on. The light was more sensitive on this side, so she covered that eye. If she didn't have the patch on, she would be like this. So I told her, you squint in your eye, it takes effort to do that. So put the eye patch on. Yeah, and she was okay. So, and then it didn't last much longer after that. So I know that the elements were not affecting her. So we just go based off the way she feels, the sensitivity level that she's experiencing during the migraine. So that's how we judge.
We've literally tried dark room for 7 whole days.
We've done everything in the book.
We've done this for 4 years now. So.
Yeah, we've been doing it a while.
Yeah.
So anyways, hope that helps somebody. And also the thing we said about the gag reflex, if you know some tips and tricks, let us know. All right. We're here to help you. You're here to help us. Let's help each other. Okay. But that's it. Deal family loves you. Jesus loves you. Even Charlie loves you.